Hello, and welcome to Mommy and Me Yoga. So hopefully we'll have a good class today. We're going to do a 15-minute and a 30-minute version of essentially the same class. So, hi my friend. This is my friend, or my son, Joey. Hi. And he may or may not join us for all our part. So he's 3 years old. He's probably a better audience for about 15 minutes. Just depends on how long of an attention span your child has for whatever activity. So if you get through part of it, don't worry about going through the rest. It's really just meant for some calming exercises and to allow you a little bit of relaxation. So if that's not happening, don't worry about it too much. Because sometimes it's harder to relax than it should be. So things that you're going to need for today is, can you come over here, buddy? Thank you. Things that you'll need for today is a space. I have just cleared out a space in the living room for me, just long enough for me to lay down. We're going to use the couch. We're going to use part of that today. So either, you're welcome, a couch or a chair. And then I also have 2 blocks and a pillow. So those are whatever you have around. If you have books instead of the blocks, that's fine too.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Blocks.
What?
Thank you. So we'll go ahead and get started. If you want to come to a seated position, you can do that either on your couch or seated on the floor. And we're going to slowly try to find our way into a centered position. So we do that by just moving back and forth from side to side, nice and slow. Kind of find ourselves nice and tall. Do you want to have a seat? And then once we're in our seated position, we're going to start to feel our belly. So you can put your hand on your belly, or you can leave your hands on your back, whatever is more comfortable. And take some nice deep breaths. Hey, buddy, can you come in here?
Oh, the pickle.
Hey, can you put that pickle jar down, please?
Oh no, we didn't. Pickle. Ah. Mommy, there.
And you might start to take those breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth.
No. Ah.
No pickles at the bed. Oh my goodness. You might just mutter that to yourself. Oh my goodness. Because it's that kind of day, every day. And then just take your legs out nice and long, still sitting up nice and tall. And maybe your kids have gone into the other room, or maybe not. This is a nice time. You can do this by yourself or with your kid. And same thing, we're just moving forward and back and side to side, feeling our sits bones underneath us. We're feeling nice and tall. Pushing into our heels as well as drawing up through the spine. And then just starting to bring our head around in a circle. And then the other way. Moms do a lot of turning her head to look at what our little ones are doing. So we'll try to stress that out. Maybe from side to side, maybe place your head just on the top. So we're sitting up really nice and tall, taking that head over to one side, over to the shoulder here, and bringing our hand on top just to rest, not trying to pull our head in any one direction. And then take it over to the other side. And then sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to start to take it forward and back. So we're really bringing our chest and our solar plexus forward here, starting to arch the back, letting our arms still stay where they were in neutral, and then rounding the spine, bringing that solar plexus back behind us, and then reaching up and forward, really pressing in through the heels, and then exhaling and rounding it out. So lifting up, breathing in, exhaling it, bringing it back behind. And if it's more comfortable for you to stay in that cross-legged position while you do this, go ahead and go back to that. For me, it's a little bit more comfortable to leave my legs out in front because I can use them to balance a little bit, but it really is up to you personally what you prefer. And you can start to get your arms into this, so we're bringing them out and forward like we're hugging a beach ball, and then pushing it away, taking our arms behind, up and forward, out and behind. And then start to activate your neck through this. So we're looking up, reaching behind, and then coming forward, looking down. One last one. Coming up through center. So nice and tall here. We're going to reach up and over to one side. Take a nice deep breath as you reach a little higher. And then exhale, bring it around in front. Big circle up and over. Exhale down. Lifting up. Last one. Down through front. Just bring it up through center and over to the other side. Nice deep breath in as you reach up a little higher. Try to keep both sits bones on the ground. Lifting up. Lifting up through center. We're going to come on to hands and knees. So if you like, you can put a pillow under your knees here, or other padding that you might have around the house, or you can even just double up your mat here underneath. And we're going to start in the hands and knees and just bring ourselves forward, neutral spine, just to activate our elbows and wrists a little bit. So we're just sending it back just a little bit forward. So we can press through all 10 fingers evenly. Start to feel that activation through the hands, through the wrists, up to the elbows and shoulders, holding yourself up nice and strong. And then making sure that your knees are under your hip points, finding that neutral. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhaling as you round the spine. This time we're going to take it into a circle. So we're going to bring the ribcage over to one side, and then down through center, over to the other side, and then back up through center. So down, just continuing that circle around, and up. Do a couple more of these. And then starting to get your neck involved in it here. So all of our spinal articulation is happening all the way up from our hips up to our neck and head. And then down through center, we're going to find neutral alignment. Take a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, rounding the spine, we're going to take it into that circle the other way. So we're bringing the ribcage around and down. And starting to get our whole spine into this. And for the kiddos, I like to call the pranayama that we're using through the exhale through our mouth, call it Darth Vader breath. So we're pretending we're Darth Vader. We go nice, deep, refreshing breaths as we go around in a circle. We're going to bring it back to center. And we're going to sit it back into child's pose here. So you might take your hands out a little bit longer away from your head, just so you can stretch under your shoulders, send your sit bones over your heels. Really stretch your back all the way down. And maybe rest your head maybe on a block or on a pillow, or if you can reach the floor with it. Setting it down, just taking a nice deep inhale and exhale all the way up. And then we're going to look up, come up onto our fingertips, take both hands way over to the right-hand side, stretching through that left side arm all the way down to the hip. Trying to be mindful of keeping the hips level with the heels here so you can really get the most out of the stretch. And for the kiddos, we like to call this one the snail pose. So we're taking our hands all the way over just like the snail, so you could pretend your fingers are the little antennas. And our backs and our feet are the snail shell. And then come up through center. And our snail is going to take a trip over to the other side. So we're going to walk our hands over to the left-hand side. Take those little antennas over. And take a nice deep breath. Come back through center. And our snails are going to take a little nap. So we're going to bring our hands back towards our feet. And if you have that pillow or a block under your forehead, you're going to rest your forehead on that and place your hands either behind your back, interlacing your hands or just grasping your fingers together, or on your heels. So whatever feels a little bit more comfortable, because we're going to relax and roll out our shoulders here. So we're going to shrug our shoulders back and down. Just a couple times. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel the breath opening up through the back of your body so your ribs start to separate a little bit. And let it all the way out. We're a Darth Vader snail. All right, we're going to come up. Use our hands to press ourselves up nice and slow. And then come on up. We're going to tuck the toes. And then one leg's going to come forward. So I'm going to start with my right hand side. I'm going to bring that leg forward. And then my back leg is going to turn out just 90 degrees. So I'm going to lift on up. Front leg's going to stay bent. My back leg is nice and long and straight. And I'm pressing into the ground through the heels, through the toes, evenly all the way around that foot. Now my front knee is pointing towards my second and third toes. And my hips can face a little bit towards the front, a little bit towards the side, sort of like a kitty corner here. So nice and long. I'm going to have my hands to my hips, and I'm going to reach up, straighten that front leg. And then as I exhale, bend, find myself at that center point, lifting up, and exhale. So I'm feeling that external rotation in my legs. I'm feeling a nice deep stretch through the front sides of both legs. Lifting up one last time. Exhale. We're going to bring it down into this warrior two stance. So we're going to bring the arms out. I'm going to reach forward just slightly. So I'm bringing my ribs forward, and I'm going to bring my front arm down to the front knee. The back arm is going to lift up and over. So I'm feeling now a stretch through that outer side of my body. So the left side, nice and stretched. You can even bring that arm up and over. And then we're going to make a big star shape as we lift it up and back. So let's flow through that big star shape, bringing it forward. Big star shape to bring it back. Big star shape forward. Big star shape back. Lift out, take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, bring those arms all the way around, just like a wagon wheel. Lift up on the back heel. Step back so we can now switch. So I'm going to bring my left leg forward, turn those back toes out, and slowly lift on up to the other side. So now we're here. I'm going to place our hands on our hips. Take a breath in, lift up, straighten both legs. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, one last one like that. And stay right there in your warrior two. Let's bring the arms out. Reaching just slightly forward. Bring that front arm down. Back arm reaches up. And big star shape as you bring it back. Big star shape, bring it forward. So we call these ones the twinkle stars for our little guys. Like to sing twinkle, twinkle as we do this one. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Like that. One last one, reaching up high. And take a nice deep breath in. Exhale as you wheel around to the front and bring it on down. So we're going to come down on our hands and knees into a nice laying down position. And if you want to do this one on the couch, you can. It's a little bit more comfortable to have a seat on the couch, lay down. And then we'll bring the knees apart, feet are touching. So we're doing that same pose, but just in a laying down. So this is nice little stretch for our inner thighs, our inner muscles of the core as well, the ones that attach to our legs. So we're going to let the arms come out wherever feels comfortable. The feet are touching, but once again, you can send the feet away from you to help lessen some of that tension maybe on the knees or anything like that. And then you can always put a pillow or some blocks under your legs. And then we can take one hand to the stomach, one hand to the heart, and start to feel our breathing here. So sometimes when we're breathing and maybe we feel a little bit stressful, maybe we feel a little bit anxious, our breaths tend to stay up in this upper third of our lung space. So when we try to breathe and we're feeling stressful, we have this constricted feeling. So what we really want to focus on for the next few minutes is allowing that breath to have our lower hand rise and fall. And if you're a young one and you don't know what I mean, you can take a stuffy animal just like this, and you can let your knees come back to center as well. So a stuffy on your tummy can help you to really focus your breath. So when I take a nice deep breath, my stuffy goes up and down. So my stuffed animal can lift and lower with my breathing when I let it come into my stomach versus only in the chest. So if I'm just breathing from my chest, you see how the stuffed animal stays the same, but if I breathe deeply, he lifts and lowers. So that's a good tool. If you don't have a stuffed animal at the ready, you can always use a pillow or just your hand is fine too. Just slowly bring your knees in towards your chest, give them a little bit of a hug, maybe rock from side to side. Still with your eyes closed, bring yourself down to one side. Maybe release those knees so you can come into a little bit of a curled up pose. Just taking a pause here for a moment for yourself. Feeling gratitude for all the work that you do and all the work you'll continue to do. And slowly make your way to a comfortable seat. And coming into that cross-legged position, sitting up nice and tall. One last breath in and out together. We'll reach our arms up high to the sky, breathing in. And exhale. Bring them to your heart center. So if you had your kiddos participate today, that's wonderful. Thank you for that. If they didn't participate, that's fine as well. Mine didn't. He chose not to. So don't worry about it. As long as you made time for yourself. If you did this in 3 parts, 4 parts throughout the day, that works too. Don't worry about it. I hope that you have a wonderful Mother's Day, a wonderful Mother's Day weekend if you are a mother to someone. So we're working on that kindness and gratitude to ourselves. Especially during this season where everything is spring and renewal and we feel like we have to get a rush on everything going on around us. we also can take things a little bit slow. So we can be kind and patient to ourselves and let ourselves do some of those awakening, some of those renewal things as well. So I'm glad that you got to join me today to do some of that. And if you checked out the 15-minute, try the 30-minute. If not, that's okay. If you have any comments, please comment, like, share, hit subscribe, whatever. See you next time.